In Greece, the 48th Fighter Wing is making noise in Hellenic Air Force exercise in Yohos 2016. Greece, Israel, and the United States took to the skies from Androvita Air Base to improve air interoperability between each other. Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Hund tells us what was...
India says Russia's missiles don't work and wants to buy Israeli ones instead. India is now looking to Israel, from whom it has purchased numerous weapons, such as the Heron drone and the Derby, a radar-guided, beyond-visual range air-to-air missile with a range of 50 kilometers, 31 miles. After losing one of its fighters to Pakistani jets armed with American-made missiles, India is not happy with its Russian-made missiles. In fact, it wants to replace its Russian air-to-air missiles with Israeli weapons, according to Indian news site NDTV. Do you know what happened today in history? In 2 years from now, the Indian Air Force's frontline Sukhoi 30 fighters may be rearmed with Israeli Derby air-to-air missiles after the jet's Russian-made R-77 missiles were found wanting in air combat operations over the line of control on February 27 this year, NDTV said. During air battles along the Kashmir border on February 26 and 27, an Indian Air Force IF MiG-21 was shot down, apparently by a U.S. made AIM-120 AMRAAM, Advanced Medium-Range Air-to-Air Missile, fired by one of Pakistan Air Force's PAF, American-built F-16 fighters. India claims to have downed a Pakistani fighter, which Pakistan denies, but India was still embarrassed by the capture of its MiG-21 pilot, who was shown on Pakistani television and later returned. What troubles the Indian Air Force was that Pakistan was able to destroy an Indian jet from long range. Among the Indian Air Force's fighters which were targeted were 2 Sukhoi 30s which managed to evade the AMRAAMs which were fired at close to their maximum range of 100 kilometers, 62 miles, according to NDTV. Fully defensive and desperate to escape the incoming AMRAAMs, the IF Sukhoi 30s escaped being shot down but were unable to retaliate the F-16s because they were out of position in their own missiles. The Russian R-77s did not have the range to realistically engage the Pakistani fighters. IF sources told NDTV that the Russian missiles do not match its advertised range and cannot engage targets which are more than 80 kilometers, 50 miles, away. Right double quotation mark. The early model AIM-120AB has a range of up to 75 kilometers, 46 miles. But in 2010, Pakistan received a batch of the AIM-120C5, with a range of 100 kilometers, 62 miles. The most advanced AIM-120D has an estimated range of up to 160 kilometers, 100 miles. The PAF surprised the IF by launching air-to-air missiles from inside Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, said Samir Joshi, a former Indian Air Force fighter pilot. The AMRAAM effectively outranged the IF air-to-air missiles which did not get to command to launch. Right double quotation mark. India is now looking to Israel, from whom it has purchased numerous weapons, such as the Heron drone and the Derby, a radar-guided, beyond-visual range air-to-air missile with a range of 50 kilometers, 31 miles. To counter AMRAAM-armed Pakistani F-16s, the IF is looking at the improved Derby, which features a more radar seeker and, most importantly, a 100-kilometer, 62-mile, range. But that raises another problem: how to integrate an Israeli missile into a Russian airframe, and an ironic problem, given how much Russian-built planes have been destroyed by Israeli missiles. Integrating the missile into the Russian fighter will be a challenge and, according to sources, will require Israeli expertise, particularly in developing a data link between the Sukhoi 30 and the missile, once it is fired, according to NDTV. A fighter jet communicates with the missile through the data link and passes on updated vectors, location, of the fighter which has been targeted. Right double quotation mark. Strangely, while disparaging Russian missiles and buying Israeli ones, the Indian Air Force is reportedly ordering yet more Russian weapons. Moscow is offering medium and long-range versions of the underperforming R-77.